Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm bringing you analysis on the team I used at the Pokemon VGC 2014 Regionals at Doswell, Virginia this past weekend. Um, at that Regionals, I finished 7-2 and 19th place. Unfortunately, I bubbled out of Top Cut as one of the few 7-2s that missed making it into the playoff bracket, but I had a lot of fun using this team, and I wanted to share it with you guys since I don't really plan on using it in the near future. The first thing is this team is very, very standard, and you've probably seen most of the Pokemon and sets already, but I wanted to talk about it more as how it functions as a whole and not about each individual Pokemon, though I will go into that as well. It has a few tricks up its sleeve, and it was a lot of fun to play with. And it is, one of the most standard core six, and as people tend to refer to as the big six of Pokemon you'll see. But they work for a reason, and I brought them because I didn't have much time to practice with anything unorthodox, and decided this is probably my best shot at doing well at the tournament. So let's go into the Pokemon. The first Pokemon was Mega Kangaskhan, 252 attack and speed EVs, admin nature, scrappy. Very typical moveset. I did consider putting Protect over Fake Out on Kangaskhan, but I didn't have enough time to test it out, so I just went for the standard moveset of Fake Out, Power Up Punch, Sucker Punch, and Return. For the next Pokemon, I have the same Rotom Wash that I used in my last team analysis video as well, with the Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect this time over Light Screen. And I like Protect a lot more because Light Screen isn't very useful, to be quite honest, given the amount of special attackers in the format. Similar EV set, max HP, 116 in both special attack and speed. Special defense. I have like 28 in speed and 4 in defense. Rotom Wash is one of the best Pokemon, I think, in the format, and shown by Ray Rizzo, who ended up winning the entire tournament with the Rotom Wash on his team. The next Pokemon was Garchomp, also same Garchomp as last time, but this time I did put Expert Bond on it over Choice Band, and I got rid of the Outrage set, which is slightly ridiculous, and put Protect on it. Rough Skin Garchomp was used by a member called Zog, who got third in a UK tournament, and I wanted to try it out because it does set up for a lot of nice KOs against opposing dragons, even with Intimidate. Not with Intimidate, but just Garchomp mirror matches. And with the Rough Skin ability, you're pretty much always able to one-hit KO Garchomp. And Rough Skin obviously over Sandville because I didn't have a Tyranitar on my team, and Tyranitar is just not very common. Next Pokemon was Amoonguss, and I replaced on my previous team Salamence with Amoonguss because I really wanted to try out Amoonguss. It's really good, and I think Spore is just an absolutely broken move. You'll notice that it has the typical moveset of Spore, Giga Drain, Rage Powder, and Protect, and it does run Rocky Helmet. And I think Rocky Helmet on Amoonguss is pretty awesome because, Pokemon are, like Kangaskhan is always so tempted to fake out Amoonguss, and, they won't see it coming. You'll just take a third of their damage right away from there. And with Rage Powder, you can redirect physical attacks away and make it hit Amoonguss. And I think Rocky Helmet's actually a really viable item on Amoonguss. Of course, I had my Citrus Berry on Rotom Wash as well, so I couldn't use it on the Amoonguss. The next Pokemon I had was Talonflame. Talonflame is kind of a cheesy Pokemon, and it's so frail, but I still really like it because I like playing with priority, and just having a priority option against things like Trick Room is just really helpful. Moveset of Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Quick Guard this time, which I managed to actually get over U-Turn and Protect. Quick Guard is really nice because it prevents, Mienshao and other Pokemon from, say, Fake Outing, Swaggering, etc. I didn't use it once in the tournament, but I'm still glad I had it. Life Orb, Talonflame, Gale Wings, and Admin, all very typical, and I just went with another 252 spread, even though that's actually not the ideal spread for Talonflame. I just was too lazy to re-EV it, but in the end, he was still very helpful, and he came in useful in all the matches I brought him, so I was very happy. Last Pokemon's one of my favorite, Bisharp. Now, I had Mega Scizor for the majority of the my teams in the beginning of the season, but I decided that I wanted to get rid of a Mega Pokemon since I didn't want to I was just using Mega Kangaskhan way too much, so I decided to try out Bisharp. Bisharp's really nice because it has the Defiant ability, and it actually works really well with the rest of the team, given that I have Kangaskhan, Garchomp, and Talonflame as physical attackers. What that does is it baits Intimidates. For example, if my opponent has Salamence and Mawile, which Ray Rizzo actually ended up using on his winning team, that will really scream to them, don't bring either of those two. So when I'm playing the team preview game, I already know that two Pokemon are most likely not going to be coming out in the front, and I can probably expect them in the back, meaning I can switch in Bisharp in the future to take advantage of those Intimidates. That would allow me to play a bit smarter and allow me to kind of get an advantage in the lead matchup. Bisharp is also really nice because it has Focus Sash, meaning it can take a hit, deal an attack off and finish the Pokemon off with Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, Night Slash, Iron Head, and Protect. Fairly standard moveset, no Sword Stance on this one, but I liked it a lot. And in terms of team synergy, as you expect, the team revolved around Mega Kangaskhan, and I often led with Mega Kangaskhan or Rotom or Amoonguss. I didn't have very big notable weaknesses. My two losses were to actually a Mega Aerodactyl, which kind of swept my entire team with Rock Slide, and to another player who I just missed the Will-O-Wisp on and kind of misplayed at the very end. So in the end, I went 7-2 with this team, finished 19th around 244 players. Like I said, this team is very standard, and it's, it doesn't really probably offer you guys much in terms of the team building aspect, but I wanted to just give a rundown on the team I used because it was a bunch of fun to use. And in the near future, when I do have more time to prepare for VGC tournaments, most notably regionals in April or nationals, and of course worlds, I'll probably spend a bit more time finding unorthodox Pokemon and EV spreads and moves because I do think those are very important in terms of victory. But at the end of the day, you don't need to use anything special to win. If you feel like standard is the way to go, go for it. And that's how I felt with this tournament. So in the end, I'm pretty happy with this team. I think Amoonguss is actually one of my favorite Pokemon on it. Amoonguss and Bisharp, two really underrated Pokemon. Amoonguss probably not very underrated because it is used a lot, but definitely try it out. Feel free to take any aspect of the team that you may want, or the entire team. It's a very sound team. It doesn't really lose against anything right away, and it can beat anything if you play it well enough. So that's what I really like about it. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment them. I'm happy to listen to what you guys have to say. I am making a video soon about my actual battles at the tournament, talking about my battles and my experiences, so stay tuned for that. I also I also plan on providing more in-depth analysis of just the overall results of Virginia Regional, since I thought there were a lot of cool Pokemon and teams and items and everything used, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.